Hello, I'm Rosie, and a few weeks ago, I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks now, I went to YALC, the Young Adult Literature Convention in London. I've been away since then, so that's why this video is a little bit late, but today I'm going to show you all the books that I picked up while I was there, and they come to a total of 18 books. I went a little bit crazy and kind of spent a lot of money, and I got too excited by all the discounted books that were there, and just thought I'd use it to pick up all these books that I've been wanting to read, and some which I'd never heard of before but looked equally as good. So I'm just going to go through it fairly randomly because there's a lot of them and I can't decide order that would best suit, so might as well just start. There is a slight order to this in terms of I've tried to group things a little bit, but on the whole not too different. But yeah, the first book I actually got while I was there was The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. This was a free book and was probably the book that set off the whole book buying binge that I had. I went under very strict orders, there was a weird noise there, not to buy any books. These were self-inflicted orders, there wasn't anyone telling me, but I was like, I'm not going to buy any books, I'm going to have restraint. Once I got this book, my brain kind of went, I have one book, I have no excuse not to buy more. So yeah, this is the book that I got, the first book I got, and set off everything else. It was free, which I was very excited about. It's contemporary, and I don't often read contemporary, like proper contemporary, so it'll be quite interesting. I'm hoping I enjoy it. It'll probably be quite a quick read for me, but yeah, see what it's like. It's got Wuthering Heights written on the back, so it can't be too bad. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. Probably a chilled book when I'm not feeling too good. I don't know what the next book after that I got was, but at some point I picked up Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. I got this simply because it was there, and I've been wanting to read Robin Hobb for ages. I think I've got one of her books on my Kindle, but I absolutely love the covers of these. They have this proper like fantasy feel to them, and just make me want to pick up and enter into this world. Like the book itself, I've read this one already, and I just really enjoyed it, even though it's set as a sequel ages and ages away from other books that she's written, like the first series she wrote. So it was at first a little bit difficult to get into, but once I did, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and definitely an author I'll be reading more of, and this series is one I definitely need to finish. Oh, I then have 3 proofs which I got. The first one is that I have to show you is The Deviants by CJ Skews. I've read this one and a review will be coming at some point, and it was really good, and I'm not going to say any more because it's not out yet and I don't want to spoil anything. Same with these other 2 that there are, but yes, this was a really good book and I would definitely recommend it. I'll do a proper review on this channel at some point, as well as a review on my blog as well, which will be slightly more spoilery than the one on this channel. And I'm rambling, so let's go on to the next one before I run out of time. I then also have Girl Detached, which is also amazing. There's a review on my blog, which I shall link below, and another review coming on this channel as well. This is another proof copy, so there isn't really a proper cover, but banned in Italy because of the topic, and so it's come to the UK and been translated, and it is really good, and it's a bit disturbing as well, so well worth the read, but it definitely makes you think. I then have The Map of Bones, which I've not read yet because it's the sequel to another book that I'm just about to show you, and the other book sounds amazing and its sequel has to be amazing as well. This came free along with the prequel, the first book, Words. Yes, but yes, I thought it might as well just get it, and I'm looking forward to reading it, and yeah, I'm not sure when it's out, but yeah, the cover looks really cool and I'm so excited. Oh yes, this book is the first book to The Map of Bones. This is the Fire Sermon. It's about twins, and I don't often read books about twins, so I thought, sounds pretty cool, and the cover looks really, really interesting. And it sounds very, very interesting and quite exciting as well. So I'm quite excited to read. Then I have A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I've already read, but I've got it in the library and I want to read the next one. And I've read both this book and Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, and I really enjoyed both, but I don't own paper copies of either, so I was just like, I might as well start with the series she's writing at the moment, and like the one that's not had as many books out, and then work my way back through Throne of Glass once I've got up to date with this series, because otherwise I'll end up reading too much. But I just wanted this cover because I love this cover and I want to reread the book as well. I then have Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. Really quick read because as you can see it's very, very short. So this was created for World Book Day and was free in random places. This was also free at YALC, but it was quite a fun read. Like, it wasn't too much story, and I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, but it was an enjoyable story and very quick and easy as well. I then have The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman, one that I've been wanting to read for ages since I read the what's it called, sneak peek. And so I know I've read like the first part, probably like the first 100 pages, or maybe 50 pages actually, but it's Duchess of Demon Slayer. It sounds so like similar to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is one of my favourite TV shows, but it's set in a time period that I really, really like, so I can't really see anything that could be possibly wrong with it, and I'm really looking forward to reading that as well. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm looking forward to reading all of these books. Maybe one or two that I'm slightly a bit more wary about because I know nothing about them, but on the whole, just assume that I'm excited to read all of these. I then have the last two books in the Winner's trilogy. I've read The Winner's Curse, which I really enjoyed, and I'm going to try and finish as many series as possible this year, which is going to be tough since I'm now banning myself until Christmas, or at least until I've finished most of the books of my TBR, because I've got lots. But yes, I'm very excited to read these two, and it's going to look so good on my shelf when I finish them, because I really enjoy these covers and I quite like the spines. Even though they are a bit weird, but the story's interesting. I then have the second two of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I've read the first two, the second one I read from the library, but I wanted the whole set, so I got this one even though I've read it because I'm bound to reread the series again. It's so good. And I'm really looking forward to finishing the series with Dreams of Gods and Monsters, and I kind of don't want to read it because I don't want the trilogy to end, but I want to read it because I want to know what happens. It was such a difficult decision. How much time have I got? I'm on 10 minutes now, so hopefully I'll be able to edit it to make it a fairly quick video. You never know. I then have Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I've seen this doing the rounds for ages and I've been wanting it for ages. I've not actually finished any of Cassandra Clare's series. No, I've read the first three. Okay, they're mixed up for a minute. First three Mortal Instruments series books, and which I own. They're in my other bookcase. And I've read the first one of the Infernal Devices series, and I actually prefer Infernal Devices from what I've read so far, but I want to get the hardbacks for them, and that's expensive. But I really quite like Cassandra Clare, and I know she's got so many other books out. I know I'm rambling now, but I think starting one of her series as it's coming out is probably a good idea, because then I can properly get into it and not feel so behind as I do with her other series, because it is such a big monetary investment to get all her books, especially in the covers I want, because now they've brought out the new cover. It's getting... I don't know what to do. Yeah, I've heard this is really good, so looking forward to it. I then have Illuminate, which is also very hyped on BookTube, but I've been flicking through it and I'm so excited to get to it. It's incredibly well produced, and it's slightly heavy, but it's so different, and I think it'll be quite a quick read. So I'm saving it for a weekend and I can just sit through and power through it, because I've heard so many good things about it. And Gemini's coming out soon. Gemini? the sequel is coming out soon, so gotta read it in time for that. And ooh, the last 3 books are Nerve, which I got because the film's out now, and well, I wanted to read the book first, obviously. I was a bit disappointed about this book. I was really looking forward to it, but it didn't quite get there for me. Like, it was good and enjoyable and really fast paced, but it was missing that little extra thing that it needed to make it great. I have very high hopes for the film because I think what the book is missing could probably be done quite well on film, but I need to find a cinema near me which has it on show, because the one nearest where I can just go without having to pay for extra cinema tickets hasn't got it on. But yes, slightly disappointed with this, but it's still quite a good read. I then have very, very different Here I Stand by multiple authors. This is a collection of essays or potentially very short stories based around human rights, and I think by a number of famous authors, including Neil Gaiman, Matt Haig, Chris Riddell, a whole load of authors, and I think it'd be really good because I really don't know much about. I think in order to rate the human rights, it does need more awareness raised about it, and I think this kind of book is a very good place to start. And I'm quite looking forward to reading the stories, even though I have a feeling they'll be quite difficult reads, simply because of the topic matter. But yeah, it's got to be read, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Lastly it's simply a cover by Eleanor by Jason Gurley. I'm really sorry if I can't pronounce their names. But I fell in love with this cover the minute I saw it. I have no idea what the book is about, but I just saw the cover and the whole way it's done is beautiful and gorgeous, and basically it's going to look amazing on the shelf, and so I want to read it, but I don't want to damage the book, so I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty, but this is a pure cover buy. So that's 18 books. Let me know what I should read first, because I have no idea. I've already read a few of them. I mean, Going on Holiday is quite a good one for that, but I just don't know. I don't know. It'll probably be Genes of Gods and Monsters or Illuminae, to be fair. I mean, finishing an amazing series or starting another one, I just don't know. I can't decide. If you're a viewer at YALC, please let me know what your thoughts are. I've left in the description box a blog post about my experiences there. I quite enjoyed it, even though I was only there for a few hours, unfortunately, which is why I bought so many books in my wild craze to get as many books as possible in a short space of time. But yes, I am. And also, if you've read any of these books, just let me know what you thought and what other books you got, because there were many that I really wanted to buy, but by that point I couldn't carry any more, and well, I was quite sad. But yes, looking forward to editing this crazy load of video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!